Hello, 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 hello. How's everybody doing? Whew! I love sliding in. That's what she said. That's the tone for today. I hope everybody's ready. Good God. So, alright. Yeah, me too, April. So, today we're gonna do our part 2 of 3 parts each of YellowFlash, and there's something a little bit different about YellowFlash as opposed to Nick Rekieta that we looked at last week. Nick Rekieta talked about this for a good number of years via his playlist, but one of the things you'll notice about YellowFlash, if you search for Vic Mignogna on his channel, like if you do the search here, you mostly come up with this playlist. And this playlist has not had anything added since 5 years ago. If you search for Funimation, you only see stuff related to Vic Mignogna, or you get one from 3 years ago and you get one from 8 months ago, which is mostly just clickbait bullshit. Like, it's nothing. It's a big stinking hunk of nothing. But yeah, I hope everybody's got a case of the MOOOndays, because this is what we're gonna be fucking looking at. And so, the thing that's, like, a little bit different, right, is he didn't make anything after, like, we've already passed, like, YellowFlash's content in Nick Rekieta's, in the timeline of when stuff was going on. If you, like, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 videos before he gets to this, they filed the lawsuit. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he gets Ty Beard to come on to talk about Ty Beard, and he has words for anti-Vic people. It's like, who gives a shit about some real estate lawyer's fucking opinion? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Funimation slapped with a lawsuit with Vic Mignogna stuff. Media joins the attack on Vic Mignogna's lawsuit. He lost the lawsuit, and then nothing. There's the deposition, and then nothing. It just says Vic Mignogna had a bad day from 5 years ago. So, like, he never... He made a bunch of nothing content. Well, like, nothing with, like, in between major events that are just nothing. Vic Mignogna got, like, backslapped by William Shatner because he kept using William Shatner to promote his stupid Star Trek spin-off called Star Trek Continues, and William Shatner had to tell him to fucking stop using his likeness because he had nothing to do with the project. Like, Star Trek does not stand with Vic, like, definitively so. And I guarantee, like, there's no way in hell, assuming they even know who he is. Like, what the fuck? It's so weird. I don't know, we're looking at like 97,000 views, 76,000 views, 149,000 views. So I was looking through these and I'm trying to decide, like, which one we should look at. And I guess we should look at the Justice for Vic Mignogna lawsuit moving forward. But do we really think that YellowFlash has anything to say that's going to be more accurate, or... Like, do you think YellowFlash is going to be more or less accurate than Nick Rekieta? At least with Rekieta, we knew he was fucking dishonestly representing the law because he demonstrated that he knew better in other places. But with, like, YellowFlash and his you, it's like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? So let's start with the Justice for Vic Mignogna and see what YellowFlash has to say with his, research. He didn't do a very good job. Look at some of these spikes. Ooh. So this is 5 years ago, February 19th, 2019. So let's see. Let's see where he's at. I'm muting the copyrighted material. For obvious reasons.
We've got some news to go over. The biggest is that Vic is pursuing legal action. He has obtained a lawyer, and he is moving forward with a lawsuit. This is going to be a very, very complex thing that's going to be hard to do. So all the evidence needs to come out. I'm going to keep making videos. I'm sure other people will be too. We're going to blow this up and we're going to get the facts out, because even if he's...
That's not how lawsuits work. Okay. Okay. So, first off, lawsuits are not meant to put facts out into the media. That's not what lawsuits are for. Lawsuits are to resolve issues between opposing parties. That's getting the facts out there to the court of public opinion is something completely independent of court proceedings. That's just not how it works. A lot of court is public and a lot of court is not televised. Right? Like, that's just, what are you fucking talking about? So first off, he gets a lawsuit wrong. Second off, you making videos is not going to help the lawsuit. It could be problematic in certain circumstances, like, I don't know, if you were committing contempt or something. If you were a witness, or committing contempt if you were a party, that could definitely be problematic. Or if your friends are all sharing information in the background that they're then disseminating publicly that isn't supposed to be disseminated, right? It's not supposed to be public information. So it could get you in trouble, but it likely wouldn't be helpful. The only way it would be helpful is if you're trying to spin some kind of narrative, or if you're trying to get straight up facts of a matter out as a deterrent for misinformation, which I'm assuming is what YellowFlash is saying he's trying to do. But given what we saw of him last time we were here watching him, his lilt for being dishonest and biasly so, not a good look.
Is wrong. Don't we need to know? Aren't we all tired of Twitter court, trial by public opinion? That's
what you're doing. You're saying you're going to get all of the information out there. That is literally trial by court of public opinion. Don't be mad because you lost and are losing. Like, what do you mean?
How it should work. And there was a good point made on Nick's stream, who is making the announcement that it's time to fight back, right? Shouldn't we fight back and stop this Twitter court, this guilty until proven innocent?
First off, misrepresentation of what was going on. Second off, so what you're actually saying is you want to utilize the court to win the court of public opinion. Or you want to fight the court of public opinion with a defamation legal battle. The only thing that YellowFlash has said that is correct so far, that's a lot of bullshit in 1 minute. I'm not gonna lie, we've only gone 1 minute through this. That's a lot of bullshit to unpack for 1 minute worth of fucking content, dude. Defamation lawsuits are notoriously difficult, right? And they are notoriously difficult, especially when you are a public figure, because you have to prove actual malice. Now, he's referencing Rekieta, who we know misrepresented and lied and got wrong what actual malice is, and misrepresented it to his audience. His audience that is being bolstered, or, like, YellowFlash is sending his audience to Rekieta, right? So if YellowFlash is sending his audience to Rekieta, as if Rekieta is an expert in law, to then be misrepresented to about how they're going to win and like take down the court of public opinions. By the way, that's accidentally admitting that there isn't actual malice. If you're saying that you're already acknowledging that this is people's opinions, so you've YellowFlash, as they announced the lawsuit, accidentally just admitted within the first 1 minute of his video that they have no case. Defamation requires actual malice and negligence to the truth. You literally just said that these are people's opinions. Yes, and thank you, Feline. We will tell you again what actual malice actually is. Actual malice constitutes the knowledge that it was false or the reckless disregard of whether it was false or not. He just said it was people's opinions in the court of public opinion. Which means, ostensibly, that you have no case of defamation because you have no actual malice. Oops, dumbass. Oh god, this is 5 years ago. Unbelievable.
It's not how things should work. So I'm going to play this clip. This is from Nick.
People shouldn't be allowed to have opinions if I disagree with them. And I should be able to take them to court if I don't agree with their opinions and I don't like that they're sharing their opinions on Twitter. That is what he just said. I'm just gonna play that back.
Making the announcement that it's time to fight back, right? Shouldn't we fight back and stop this Twitter court, this guilty until proven innocent? That's not how things should work. So I'm going to play this clip. This is from Nick's stream.
See, he wants to stop people from sharing their opinions on Twitter because he doesn't agree with them.
Where he announces everything. Then we're going to go over a couple of other things.
But I can tell you, with as close to maximum accuracy as possible, that Vic has actually retained a lawyer to take this fight. So that is the first part of the big news. Now, I have to do a little.
I like how proud Nick Rekieta looks of himself right now. Like, he looks so, like, smug, like, yeah, we got a lawyer. And it's his estate lawyer. Just for a defamation case. Unreal.
Message to the fans of Vic who are out there, because if you know Vic at all, Mark, I'll tell you a little bit about him. He's a very Christian guy, very open about his Christian beliefs, and he tends to be extremely, tries to be at least, kind of gracious towards people. And
that's why we saw him making fun of trans people on Alex Stein, right? And, like, engaging in kind of racist jokes, right? Yeah, okay. Kind of racist jokes. Sorry, racist jokes. I do want to correct something that I said about Nick Rekieta last week. I was like, oh, Nick Rekieta's making a funny voice, and therefore the argument is wrong. Turns out I was only half right. The person he was making fun of, the lawyer in this case, is somebody who suffers from an issue with their that damage has been done to their vocal tract. I don't know the details of what the damage is or how the damage came about, but that dude just speaks like that. And you can confirm that by listening to the deposition. So, turns out, Nick Rekieta wasn't just, I'm gonna do a funny voice, he was trying to make fun of somebody who has a vocal injury, because he's just an extra piece of shit instead of just a normal piece of shit. So, thank you for the correction. I wanted to make sure to correct that. And, fuck Rekieta Law, he's kinda just a douchebag.
A lot of people think, and you can find comments about this everywhere, that Vic is not the type of person who would do this, who would sue.
But those are opinions. Are they allowed to have those opinions? Which opinions are people allowed to have, YellowFlash? Which opinions are people allowed to have, Nick Rekieta? So you guys don't believe in the freedom of free speech? I'm Canadian. I don't. American free speech confuses me. It doesn't make. I see it thrown around all over the place. It makes no fucking sense. I'm like, what? I don't fucking get it. It's almost like people just weaponize freedom of speech when they're actually, harassing people and doing, like, civil issues, and sometimes when they're doing crime, like, hate crimes. And they're just like, yeah, but I'm allowed to say whatever I want because I don't understand my own laws in my own country because my education has failed me.
Who would actually take the fight to his accusers. But when your career is being flushed down a toilet without your consent, what do you do?
I'm sorry, who consents to their career getting flushed down the toilet? Like, some people will be like, I'm choosing to do this anyway, even though I know the consequences based on, like, a principle, right? So, like, somebody will be like, oh, well, I know that I'm standing for the right thing to do, even though I will lose my career over this. That's not your career being flushed down the toilet without your consent. That is with your consent. Sorry, that is without your consent. Sorry, I said that backwards. You're not choosing to have your career flushed down the toilet. You are choosing to stand up for what you believe in, and the consequence is going to be that whether you consent to it or not. In Vic Mignogna's case, he was 100% in control of this. All he had to do was shut the fuck up and stop being an asshole. And stop fucking touching people who don't want to be touched. It's not hard. They're acting like this is some weird, strange, bizarre, difficult thing, and it's like, it's so unnatural, and it's like, just don't fucking touch people, you fucking weirdos. Why do you all want to fucking keep touching people who don't want to be touched? It's almost like you don't know what consent is, and that's one of the biggest problems with these types of creators and the people who follow them. And people like Vic Mignogna. They don't understand what consent is. And then they go spreading around bullshit because they don't understand what consent is and act like it's some confusing fucking, how are we, the social norms have changed. Oh my god, pronouns, holy shit, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to understand anything? Really? I didn't realize this was so confusing for you. I didn't realize you were so small-brained. It's not that hard. Don't touch people. And if you're not sure, don't touch people. It's really not complicated. Consent is a woke liberal lie. Right? Yeah, wear pants on live streams. Yeah, right? Fucking dude. Probably wear a shirt, too.
But fight back. So I've heard that Vic is not, this is not what he has wanted to do, but that is the course that is being taken right now.
So you're saying that Vic doesn't even want this, but you're kind of, the fan base and YouTubers who have got a lot of money are pushing him in a direction he doesn't want to go in, that will ultimately, as we now know, and most of us I think knew at the time, was going to be unsuccessful. Okay.
And the second part of this message is that anybody who sees this, I personally am setting up a GoFundMe to run for Vic. Vic has not asked me to set up a GoFundMe. Vic will have nothing to do with the GoFundMe. However, I will make sure that all of the funds of that GoFundMe, and as soon as everything can be as open and public as possible, they will go directly into a legal trust fund that will be set up for the defense of Vic Mignogna.
There is not. We are in the year of our Lord 2024. At the end of the year of our Lord 2024, this video came out, the YellowFlash one that we're watching, on the 19th of February in 2019. I believe that Nick Rekieta video came out not too, like, a number of days before this one we're watching right now. Not a single receipt has been provided. No proper legal receipts, no proper receipts of transference of money, nothing. Zero. Vic claims that he's never seen a dime of that money and has never touched it. He's never touched it. So where did that money go? How do you know? Where's the receipts between Nick and his buddy lawyer to show the proper transference of those funds and the proper charges of what what Ty Beard actually did as a lawyer? Because, when you get a lawyer, you get bills for that lawyer and what they're doing and their time, and they bill you that time. So where are the bills? Where are the receipts for a single one of these fucking things? Vic Mignogna's fanbase got fucking scammed. They got grifted, my guy. Fucking Vic Mignogna got grifted from these people. Do I think Vic Mignogna is also a victim of this shit? In a way, I would call him closer to a victim of peer pressure and a victim of his own hubris, and that these people took advantage of him in that way. Is Vic a victim of people calling him out on Twitter? No. No, I don't think so. Absolutely not. Except he didn't win, so that money all went to Ty Beard. That's what you heard, at least. That's not how it works, though. If you lose or win a lawsuit, the money doesn't just go to Ty Beard. Like, they're doing a job for you, and they bill you per those things. It might be what did happen, sorry, Peyton. I don't mean to say that you're wrong. I mean to say that that's not how it works. That might be what happened, but if that's what happened, it's grossly misleading. Like, grossly misleading. So, where's the receipts? Where'd that money go? And, like, these are things that you kind of need to be a little bit transparent about. Normally, I would say, listen, it's your lawsuit. I don't need to see your exact receipts about every single little thing that your lawyer did. But in this particular scenario, we're talking about a massively publicly funded, fan base funded lawsuit that got, like, twisted around 7 ways to Sunday, had fucking Nick Rekieta, YellowFlash, Umbrella Guy blowing smoke up their audience's asses. Where are the receipts? Did YellowFlash get a cut? Did fucking the Umbrella Guy get a cut? Did Rekieta get a cut? I don't know. We don't know where anything went, but you guys sure all worked together to do a whole lot of, like, shilling for this fucking lawsuit and this GoFundMe, right? Have any of them seen the receipts? Has YellowFlash seen the receipts for this GoFundMe? Especially when you have a lawyer outside of their field that is buddy-buddy for the person you're giving money to. And it's not like this information was private information. The people who were following Vic Mignogna at the time knew about this shit.
All right, so as soon as the link to the GoFundMe drops, I will put it in the community tab of my channel. The link is not there yet. He has not made the GoFundMe yet. So as soon as it is, it will be in the community tab for my channel, and that's where it's going to stay until it closes. Now, this is, going to be a long, complicated thing. I don't know how long this is going to last, but I'm going to keep up with it, and I'm sure other people are as well. Now,
are you? You're going to keep up with it? Is that why you didn't make a video 4 years ago? You only ever made videos 5 years ago? Did you ever make a video about the appeals? No?
I was hesitant to ever use AnimeGate again because I watched a really good video that kind of talked about me using it, and I thought the guy gave really good advice. I left some good comments on his channel about the video, but at this point, with everything going on, we had the fake swatting today. We've got Pensacon saying that they're getting threats for like explosions in their building, yet it turned out that that was fake. There's even a theory that Funimation helped make that happen. I'm not going to sit here and say that that's true, though there is some very interesting stuff that connects that looks pretty damning, but I don't want to go
I don't want to make any defamatory statements or anything, but there's some pretty compelling evidence about this random accusation I just threw out there without showing anything on my screen to demonstrate about what the actual accusation is and where it's coming from. Oh, gosh darn. Golly gee willikers, guys. Y'all know where I can find any of that yo? Alright, you're kidding, right?
Go ahead and say that that is true. I can't 100% say that, right? But we do know from these pictures
implying that you could say that it's true at some fucking level. This is word salad. This is nothing. This is just stuff that sounds incendiary, but if you think about it for 30 seconds, is an absolute guffaw. Like, what are you even saying right now? That sounds like a credible claim. I think we should trust him. New clickbait title: Funimation threatened to blow up a building? Question mark, question mark, question mark, exclamation mark?
So we know it was fake based on this post, August 19th, 2016. So if you don't know what's going on real quick, there was an alleged...
That doesn't say 2019. Yeah, 2016. August 19th, 2016. We know that something is fake in February of 2019 based on a Facebook post from 2016. Were you trying to blank out the person because we can't see this, but you only half, like, covered their thing? But, like, is this are we supposed to be able to see this, or are we not supposed to be able to see this? Okay, whatever.
Swatting today by... They were blaming the Stand With Vic people for it when...
Alright, I'm sorry. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this out because I don't trust YellowFlash to read. So what it says on screen is, quote, "So this happened early this morning. Williamson County Police battering rammed my front door before dawn. I wasn't there, but they knocked loudly on the door close to 3 a.m. And when the family woke up and went to answer the door, the police proceeded to ram the door open, even though the family and kids kept saying that they would open the door for them. When the police came in, they aimed their guns at the family and searched the house. Police informed me that they had received a call saying there was a burglary in progress in my house. So rather than knock on the door and let... You just said they already knocked. What do you mean? What is this? God. How could you say before they knocked, rather than knocking, but they knocked loudly on the door? Like, this already has contradicting information in it. Okay, so rather than knock on the door and let the family living there answer, the door, like civilized people, police rammed the door in. So did they knock or didn't they knock? Also, if they get okay, whatever. The family allowed the police to come in and, well, did they allow the police to come in, or did the police come in? Who wrote this? Who is this? What is this? Why are we looking at this? The family allowed the police to come in and brewed them coffee, but when the police were asked if they would pay for the damages, the response they had was reasonable doubt that there was a burglary going on. Yeah, that sounds like the police. They'll damage your shit and be like, yeah, but we damage your shit with plausible, like with reasonable, plausible evidence, and so, you know, no, we're not gonna pay for your shit. Yeah, that's classic police. So yeah, ellipses, getting a new door installed tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Ellipses, have to replace the door jamb and the door. If I find out who made that call, I'm going to go medieval on their behinds. Ooh. Oh, they said behinds. ChatGPT wrote it? No, this was in 2016. This is before ChatGPT. It may be the first iteration of ChatGPT. Maybe. I'd have to double check. If I find it blah blah blah, nearly $420 for a new door. Yeah, I don't know what this has to do with anything. And paying for door jam and contractor is, and then it cuts off. I don't know what this has to do with anything. I'm gonna hit play and see what YellowFlash has to... I'll put it back so we can get... Go on.
Pictures. So we know it was fake based on this post, August 19th, 2016. So if you don't know what's going on real quick, there was an alleged swatting today by... They were blaming the Stand With Vic people for it when it turned out to be fake. We had Sean Shamil go crazy again. I almost wish I had waited to make the video I made yesterday on him, because he had another meltdown and this would have tied in beautifully with it, but I can't do anything about it now. But he had a meltdown because of this. So this is the older post, right? So this person came out and said today that this happened. So this turned out to be the old post from Facebook. And you...
Okay, he scrolled down and it says nearly $420 for a new door, and paying for door jam and contractor is making it close to $800 that I didn't plan on shilling out because of someone making a false call. Police came by at 8:30 a.m. to drink some more coffee and to apologize, but apologizing doesn't replace a broken door. Yeah, that's kind of funny. All right, go on.
You see here, it's cut off, but here's pictures of this. There's the door, but oh, but wait, what's this? That sure does look strangely familiar, doesn't it?
What? What? So, sorry, Mark Agamotto, who's been a member for 4 months, thank you so much for becoming a member. Can I get blue cheese dressing on that word salad? So this says 4 hours ago, and it looks like the picture is the same, but it also doesn't say the date. The fuck house got swatted. Thanks, Vic. Your fans are victim blaming assholes. Spent most of the morning fixing my door frame and replacing the door. Police apologized and helped replace the door. I'm fine, just pissed. And it was at my rental house, not the one I live in daily.
What's this? That sure does look strangely familiar, doesn't it? To these pictures right here? Huh. This is the kind of stuff these people do to throw everybody under the bus to make themselves look better. And
so what is YellowFlash saying? Because this isn't very clear. Is he saying that this person was swatted in the past? I have some questions about what they posted, because the posting says that they knocked, and then the posting says that they didn't knock. SWAT doesn't tend to knock, etc., etc. But side questions for later about what you consider a swatting. Is he saying that this person is now recycling a story from 2016, claiming that it was I Stand With Vic that did something to them? Or what? Mars Girl is in the chat updating us and saying, so this was from somebody named Samantha. In 2019, she apparently got swatted after Vic-related shit. Then she posted a photo of a busted-in door, but it turns out the photo of the door was from 2016. The 2019 report was real, but the photo she posted was old. He is saying that the whole swatting was fake because she posted an old photo, but Anime News Network reported they did find a real police report in 2019. Now, did they find out who was responsible for it? Because it sounds like Samantha was... what's the word I'm looking for? Speculating on who she thinks did it because of correlation, right? It's this event happened at the same time that this was going on, so she suspects that these people were responsible, but without any actual definitive, like, oh, here's them saying they did it, or here's this. Chesh, are they claiming it's a Schrodinger swatting? Seems like it. I don't know why YellowFlash is so incompetent at this. This should be really easy. It's almost like he's trying to throw additional speculation on shit instead of actually just reporting the facts like he claims that he likes to do. So, if I'm understanding correctly, Samantha made a very big mistake. That very big mistake being, why would you post old photos on a current event without clarifying, this has happened to me before, here's different pictures? Or how quickly did Samantha correct this to say, oh, these pictures are old? Feels a little showboaty, you know what I mean? It really just depends. This is the news report ANN found of the incident. Ah. SWAT knocked calmly. SWAT doesn't... Wait, I don't understand why people think SWAT knocks on the door. SWAT doesn't knock. My issue here is that right now I'm taking Mars Girl at Mars Girl's word, and what Mars Girl is saying is clarification about what YellowFlash is trying to present. My issue here is I can't verify what YellowFlash is saying because it is incredibly unclear about what he is actually saying. I think he's saying that this woman claimed she was swatted when she wasn't, and his evidence for that is that of these old photos. Correct? But there is a confirmed Anime News Network confirmed a report case, like a police report. So I guess it's up to you guys. Do you believe this or believe that or somewhere in the middle? But there's nothing that can be gained from YellowFlash's fucking comment on this. Oh, here, I'll give you a wrench so you can put the link through. Hold up. I'll unwrench you after the stream, but I'll give you that for now so you can post your link and we can take a look at it. Mark Agamotto said, when SWAT knocks is with a battering ram. Right, but this person claims that the police did battering ram in, right? And like a violent burglary would be something that might elicit an extreme response from the police, which is what constitutes swatting. It has to be a false call, it has to be emergency services, it has to be like special force, etc., etc. All right, let's take a look at this. So let's see. First thing we need to look at is, when was this posted? The 20th. So this is the day after YellowFlash did his video. Police report dub voice actress's door damage classified criminal mischief. The claim that the voice actress Samantha's rental home door was damaged on February 18th was confirmed in a police report obtained by Anime News Network from Williamson County Sheriff Department on Wednesday. According to the report, an unknown person damaged the resident's front door. She claims that she received a phone call from a fake number that said she was swatted. She drove to the rental home and found the door damaged. Then she contacted the police. Swatting is defined as a harassment tactic where individuals call emergency services under false pretenses in order to blah, blah, blah. We know what swatting is. Here's the police report. Fact cover sheet. That all tracks. That checks out. She posted photos on Facebook account on Monday, alleging that she was swatted at her Texas rental home and attributed the situation to a supporter of voice actor Vic Mignogna. Her Facebook post came under scrutiny after it was published on Monday, when it was discovered that the photos used in the post that day were the same ones that she had posted on her Facebook account after the police responded to an alleged burglary at a rental home in 2016. Anime News Network reached out to her, and she clarified that she did reuse the photos in her Facebook post because the door that was damaged on Monday showed her home address. In order to avoid showing her house number on the damaged door, she stated she used old photos. That's something you could criticize her for. That's a mistake. That you should not do that. You're better off to just, like, not post photos, crop them really specifically, or blur the number, like, pixelate the number. Don't just blur, by the way, pixelate things. Like, use the pixelization. That's the best way to actually hide information. Her account of the police response to the burglary in 2016 also claimed the call was made in error and the home sustained damage from the police. Okay, so in 2016, she was not swatted. The police just did that thing. Her account was shared on social media prior to discovery of the photo's origin, including by Crunchyroll director of events Adam Sheehan. Sheehan issued an apology on Twitter on Monday that stated that he found out that her account of the events was not true. After discussing the situation with others, he went on to ask individuals not to attack her. Previously relayed an account involving Vic Mignogna of February 5th, where she alleged that she encountered him having sex on her bed in a hotel room during a convention, followed by a post regarding Funimation's independent investigation on February 12th. In the post on February 12th, she stated that she gave testimony to Funimation in the previous weeks about instances involving Mignogna, the investigation, and other voice actors and actresses of which she claimed to have knowledge. She reiterated to Anime News Network that she stands by the veracity of these statements. Anime News Network contacted Funimation in regards to her participation in the internal investigation about Mignogna's behavior and past, and a representative declined to comment. The I Stand With Vic social media campaign began in response to allegations of misconduct levied at voice actor Vic Mignogna in contest with the Kick Vic campaign. Allegations against Mignogna have dated back as far as 1989. Oh, God. 1989? It's 2024. Why are we here? Is it just to suffer? Came to the surface in the last 4 weeks. Mignogna issued a statement in February in the midst of the allegations, followed by actors Jamie Marchi and Monica Rial and Funimation Entertainment severing its relationship with him. She has voiced minor roles of blah, 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 blah. That's okay. So, there is no definitive evidence of whomps did said swatting. There is no definitive intention of her to be misleading, although I think that doing this was a grave posting the prayer photos, a grave misstep. That big mistake. A mistake I can understand having been made, but she's corrected it, so what more do you want? Third off, I would probably say that YellowFlash jumped the gun, as per is usual with harassment groups and people who try to profiteer off of these kinds of outrage, I guess I should say. Outrage mongers will tend to pick up something, go flying forward about it, make a bunch of accusations, and then let it ride, right? So clearly this was an error. Clearly she should not have done that. It's been retracted. It's been corrected. Did YellowFlash correct it? And does that mean that there was a conspiracy like what YellowFlash is trying to make it out to be? He's trying to sensationalize this woman's error that she has corrected. I would like to point out this correction, all of this stuff, this information came out the day after, which means it takes time to get this information out. It takes time to do this research and reach out to people and hear back. So what research did YellowFlash do? Right? And like I said, this is a little bit of a problem. 4 hours ago. 4 hours ago from when? I don't know. And part of the problem I want to point out with this is we are looking at these things 5 years from now, from when this was posted. So how am I now supposed to go back and verify anything? I had to go to a legitimate source. Check the date. Right? Look at what they're talking about. You can see right here, 02/20/2019, right? Page 1. Date, 2/2019. Facts cover sheet. Notice, the information contained in this is privileged and confidential, blah, 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 right? I wonder if I can get a zoom in on this. Let's take a look. See if we can get a better look at this. Criminal mischief. Blanked out, obviously. Case number, date, 02/19/2019. Last known, 02/18/2019. So, YellowFlash jumped on this that day. Oh my god. So yeah, YellowFlash did no research, did not double check, did not wait for anything, saw a conspiracy, pounced on it, presented it like it was facts and evidence, told a wishy-washy, convoluted, word salad bunch of bullshit, and alright guys, vote in the chat. Yes, 1 in the chat if yes, 2 in the chat if no. 69 and 420 will be counted as yeses. Will be counted as no's. Do you think that Do you think that YellowFlash corrected himself? Yeah, it's impulsive. Yeah. It's opportunistic. Do you think YellowFlash made a video on after this one correcting his information? No. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Any number besides 1 or 2 will be considered a 2. 1 for yes, 2 for no. No? No? You guys don't think so? You have no faith. Why don't you guys have any faith in YellowFlash? What has YellowFlash ever done to make you guys not believe in him? Is it because he pronounced Yowie wrong, and that he pronounced Yowie so wrong that it just makes you think that he's trying to make you think he doesn't know what Yowie is when he definitively knows what Yowie is? Two. Oh my god, not a single YellowFlash supporter, eh? All right. Well, let's check. Let's go look. Let's see if we can find out. So this was February 2019, 5 years ago. So we're just gonna go to his channel. We're gonna go to oldest, 6 years ago. We're gonna go find this one. Oh god, these fucking thumbnails, dude. Good god. Alright, 5 years ago. What? No more manga, YouTube manga channels are... God, his shit is so bad. All these thumbnails look the same. Ugh. Good god. Rip Marvel. 5 years ago, Rip Marvel. Good god. Alright, where is it? Come on. Outrage over Broly. Media tries to destroy Dragon Ball Super Broly and fails. Vic Mignogna. Okay, so it should be in here, right? We're looking for Justice 4. Edited footage used against... Here we go, Justice 4. Okay. So, this one should be the one that came after. Oh my god. Wait a minute. Vic. So, this dude was making, like, Vic Mignogna videos, like, that was, like, all of his content for a little while. I mean, I guess if you're doing, like, a series, I don't... Okay, so... I flipped them around, so this is older than this one, which means this one should be the update, right? So let's see when this one was. Shut up! I don't want to hear it. February 20th. So there should be an update in this video, right? It's... What's it like working for Funimation? Ex-employee speaks out. That doesn't sound like a video correction. Alright, let's... Maybe there's an update and more evidence Vic Mignogna was set up? No, Mignogna... Like, no. He didn't do a correction. There's no correction here. No. The short answer, no. Anybody who guessed no, anybody who thought no, you were right. There's no correction to this.
And these are all people in the industry. There's allegations that a Funimation employee helped make this happen. I can't 100% say that, so I'm not going to show it, but it's pretty compelling. I think there is a video.
You stop doing that. Stop being like, I'm gonna make this very serious allegation, but I can't say it's for 100%. But it's compelling, but I'm not gonna show you what I'm talking about, even though it's really compelling. You just have to trust me, bro. It's super compelling, this very thing that I'm trying to tell you, without showing it to you. This is the second time he did it in this video.
That talks about that. However, this is how low these people...
There's a video that talks about that. There is no video linked. Okay.
People will sink. So we talk about things, you know, we don't want to get into another gate. And believe me, I think Anime Gate is cringy. After retrospect on it, I'm kind of tired of the gates, but I feel like the name's already there. People are already using it. And it is what it is.
Oh, my bad. I clicked on the wrong thing. So he's saying that... Oh, God, fucking damn it. So he's saying that... Oh my God, stop. Please. It's moving as I'm trying to click on it. There we go. So he's saying that the reason he wants to keep using it is for SEO reasons. Like, the name's already there. It's already got branding. Oh, and this is the part that has the most playback. Because of course it is. I wonder if people were playing it back because what he said was absolutely nonsensical. But what do you mean this is what these people are like? That's a fallacy. You're accusing a bunch of people for the behavior of one, and the behavior you're presenting is not even accurate. Listen, you don't have to accept this woman's explanation for her error, right? Like, we all agree this was a mistake to use these pictures, right? To use X pictures for Y post. We can all agree to that. But if she retracted it, clarified, and provided the police report, what more do you want her to do? This is the group of people who wants people to just forgive Vic and move on, but they're not willing to correct their own information, make sure correct information is out there while bitching and bemoaning about fake news and information, inventing fucking conspiracy theories, and then trying to weaponize those conspiracy theories over a little bit of misinformation that was corrected the next day over nothing. What do you mean? I mean, sure, if you think that she lied and got caught, cool. Did she do it again? Even if you think she was being dishonest and misleading, if she corrected it the next day, even if you think the worst of this woman and that she was trying to, like, I don't know, be opportunistic and be like, oh, hashtag me too, I'm gonna say it was these Vic Mignogna people and I'm gonna dishonestly put these people here, and then people went, hey, wait a minute, these are these, and she went, oh shit, I got busted, and then dropped it immediately. What else do you want? Congratulations, right? You did it. You don't need to make up additional shit, right? You don't need to add additional stuff on top of it. And if you're adding additional stuff on top of it and adding to it and not putting out the correct information when you get it, you're part of the problem that enables people to get away with this kind of stuff. If you believe that this woman was bullshitting, right? Because believing that this woman is bullshitting is really not that important to the overall conversation. If we all agree that posting it was wrong, why you think she did it versus why I think she did it, or why somebody else thinks she did it, isn't that important as long as the correct information went out, it got corrected, and like they took it back, the correct information got out there, and then she didn't do it again, or like other people aren't doing it, or like whatever the fuck. Because we talked about that, there was one time that like somebody pretending to be somebody else fucking was coming in being like, we should make up fake information about Vic Mignogna, and everybody and their mom went, fuck you, right? That's what we were talking about in that Umbrella Guy, right? So the problem is if this woman did do it on purpose for the nefarious reasons that YellowFlash is saying, for this conspiracy that he's building, he's just as bad, because he is perpetuating this bullshit. Because again, your belief about whether or not this woman did something on purpose is just your opinion, not a fact of the matter. The facts is that she did this thing and then immediately corrected it. YellowFlash, in his video 5 years later, with 144,000 views on it, with wrong, incorrect misinformation in it, with no correction. Here's a link to the original stream. There's no correction in the comment, in the pinned comment. There's no correction in the description. There's no correction on his channel to say, hey, here's the actual information, and then allowing people to make up their mind. I don't think there's anything wrong with Jessica's opinion. I might not agree. Maybe I do agree. We're not talking about my opinion. I'm talking about the facts of the matter and how those facts are presented and misrepresented and are being weaponized and utilized by people like YellowFlash to be opportunistic. Because again, you could say, all right, let's say best case scenario. Let's be charitable to this woman. Because do we really have a reason to not be charitable to her? And let's say she did just make a mistake. Well, great. Now there's 144,000 people who think she did this fucking thing, and we're 5 years later, and people still think she did this thing, and she's like, no, it was actually just a mistake, guys. I'm sorry, I fixed it. Like, what do you want? At least with Kick Vic, you can say what they want, and their end goal is incredibly clear. They want people to be safe from Vic Mignogna. They do not want Vic Mignogna to be in a position where he can continue to take advantage of people, regardless of whether or not, what degree of advantage of people you believe Vic is doing. Right? So, like, whether or not you believe, like, the more extreme stories, and whether or not you believe with the more mundane things. Ignoring the accusations, what Vic claimed he did. So, if we go by just what Vic claimed he did, it is reasonable to not want Vic in these positions where he is able to do the things he claimed he did. Like, for example, him being on video, waving his underwear around on a stream, being held by the Broly statue, Vic Mignogna soliciting people that he believes are fans and following them around at a con only to try to invite them back for sex while they are twins, which is illegal. For example, these are things that touching people who don't want to be touched, hugging people who don't want to be hugged, kissing people that don't want to be kissed. He admitted to doing these things. It is reasonable for Vic Mignogna for people to not want Vic Mignogna to continue or be enabled to continue that behavior. And that is their opinion, and it's well within their rights to present that. Right? So, what's the problem? There is no endgame for people like YellowFlash. There is no endgame for people like Nick Rekieta. There is no endgame for Vic Mignogna. Their endgame is just to be allowed to do whatever the fuck they want. And that's arbitrary. Like, it's rules for thee, but not for me. It's not like any of these people actually follow the code of conduct that they try to impose on other people. Like I said, what else is this woman supposed to do? Even if you think her motivations were nefarious, she still did the right thing when she got caught and corrected herself, and the correct information got out there. And then YellowFlash instead is using his conspiracy theory that, again, he invented. He doesn't know why this woman did what. He's just speculating and using that as a baseline assumption that he can't actually justify. And then he's using that to paint this entire industry or this entire group of people who simply just don't want Vic Mignogna to be running around doing things that Vic Mignogna said he's done that are ostensibly morally problematic and victimizes people. And he's being opportunistic about that, and then throwing shade and doubt on the people putting out the correct information. And then never correcting himself. Ugh, God. She should sacrifice herself to Vic for her transgressions. Throw her into the volcano. Like, it doesn't make any sense. There's a way for Vic Mignogna to stop being criticized. He just has to stop fucking doing the things that people are criticizing him for doing. But that takes self-reflection and even understanding what the criticism is in the first place. And he doesn't understand what it is. Right? The criticism goes away when you stop doing the thing you're being criticized for. Vic Mignogna could easily go away and then come back. It doesn't have to be permanent, but he has to change his behavior. He doesn't have to change his opinion, but he has to change his behavior to comport with the rules of not fucking touching people who don't want to be touched, which is not an unreasonable request. Unbelievable. Unreal.
Can't 100% say that, so I'm not going to show it, but it's pretty compelling.
He didn't even show who this was, so you couldn't even go looking for this information if you didn't know where to look.
I think there is a video that talks about that. However, this is how low these people will sink. So we talk about things, you know, we don't want to get into another gate. And believe me, I think Anime Gate is cringy. After retrospect on it, I'm kind of tired of the gates, but I feel like the name's already there.
Side note, by the way, that's all of his content is like this. It's all like this. Like, look at his fucking. He's a mini quartering.
People are already using it, and it is what it is. What I do know, on top of that, we have the Pensacon stuff coming out. We've got them talking.
Did you catch that really weird clip? He says what I do know and then just cuts and then starts talking about somebody else. Listen, if somebody says, hey, listen, here's this thing that people are speculating about and it's really there's really convincing arguments and evidence of this, but I'm not going to show you what it is, you should immediately be suspicious of whatever the fuck they're trying to sell you, because they are trying to sell you something.
About, you know, saying that they're getting these threats, right? And Ethan Van Sciver talked to him, and they didn't give any evidence that that happened. It's really strange.
You haven't given any evidence of what happened. You're putting out wrong information. Because you were opportunistic. I think we are in a position where YellowFlash is not necessarily lying about what information he did have, because why would YellowFlash do anything like research or any kind of journalism? It's not like he would recognize it if it bit him in his ass. And it's not like he's got any integrity to take the time to wait to see what the fuck is going on before he tries to take advantage of it. For Vic Mignogna's GoFundMe? Sorry, Rakita Law's GoFundMe? Not suspicious at all. No weird motivations there.
It's all an attempt to paint the Stand With Vic people as these monsters. And these people just are terrible at doing these ops. They get messed up.
So it's an op, but it's a bad op, as opposed to... That's actually a compelling reason why it might have just been actually a mistake, or actually just poor judgment, right? Like, it obviously wasn't accidental because she had to attach those pictures, but the intention versus, like, an error in judgment, right? So maybe it wasn't an op, and maybe they just did something stupid because they didn't think it through properly. And maybe they didn't think it through properly because they were just shaken up because of the police encounter they were having while being harassed by Vic Mignogna fans. You guys demand evidence for everything, and then just don't look at it. So, I can understand the fucking position they might have been in. Here's another article being provided about this fucking threat. Pensacola police investigate bomb threat against 2019 Pensacon gathering. Published February 19th, 2019, the day this video came out. Pensacola police are investigating a bomb threat involving the upcoming Pensacon gathering, which starts Friday in downtown Pensacola. Mike Woods, spokesman for the department, said the event organizers received the threat and reported it to the police. We have investigators looking into it, he said. In the meantime, events will continue as scheduled. The convention of colorful TV, movie, comic book, and video game characters will take place downtown venues. So what's the fucking problem? Unfucking real. Oh. The guests. Are these an Al Christopher Sabat, Monica Rial? I don't see a Vic Mignogna on there. Oh, damn. I don't even see him on there for being canceled. Fucking lol. Oh, hey, Jonathan Frakes. So, so we don't know if whoever busted down this lady's door was definitively related to I Stand With Vic. And we also don't know that this threat that was called into Pensacola, which was called into Pensacola, was I Stand With Vic. But we do know that Vic Mignogna encourages his fans to fight a war. And we do know that Vic Mignogna encourages his fans violent speak on a regular basis. We saw that with, what's that guy's name? Met something or another? We do know that Nick Rekieta uses very violent language. We do know that YellowFlash does the same thing and spreads misinformation about people. We do know that all of these things have a correlation to each other. Not necessarily a causation, but a correlation. And this is the fucking problem. When you poison the well like this, it makes it very, very hard to definitively say what did and did not happen, what you can prove, and what you can't. You might not be able to prove definitively that it was an I Stand With Vic person. We do know that the I Stand With Vic people regularly were calling conventions. We know that because one of them, Munchkin, told us he did. He told us he called the convention. Sorry, not the convention, the school. There was some school that Vic Mignogna was supposed to fucking talk to somebody, and they were like, yeah, we called to tell this guy, the guy who is in charge, to not listen to all the bullshit about Vic because it's not true. And so they looked into Vic and decided to cancel him, and you're just blaming Kick Vic for that? You literally admitted to doing it. It's crazy. It's crazy. These people are wacky, dude. So, like, it's not a zero chance that it was an I Stand With Vic person. It's actually a reasonable expectation that it might have been. Because they have the right fan base, they have the right kind of vitriol, they have the right kind of rhetoric, and it was all happening at the same time, and it just happened to be the one that Monica was going to, and it just happened to be the person who got this swatting threat happened to be somebody who was part of the investigation against Vic Mignogna while all this rhetoric was going around, right? For a group that's so conspiratorial, they really, really do not like when the conspiracy lines up against them. And it's, again, you can't definitively say who did it or did not do it without a proper investigation, but you can definitely say that it's reasonable to think that it probably or might have been somebody from Kick Vic, or sorry, somebody from I Stand With Vic. So, I don't know why it's okay for them to speculate into oblivion, to say shit that makes no fucking sense, and make bold, sweeping accusations. But if somebody's like, hey, I got attacked and swatted, or the police came to my house at the exact same time I was being attacked by Vic Mignogna fans. Oh, that happened to you. Oh, that happened to you. Oh, that happened to you. Oh, no, I Stand With Vic is getting me too'd. Maybe it's because you're all kind of kooky.
The Stand With Vic people as these monsters, and these people just are terrible at doing these ops. They get messed up all the time. This has been a crazy ride. We've got people meeting up in DM groups just saying, you know, let's do this, let's take them down. You know, we've got people.
Where? Tell Elmo. Prove it.
Doing fake swats. We've got people doing fake threats.
Nope.
Calling cons now. We've got cons harassing people, saying if you show up and we're going to arrest you. We've got voice actors coming out against people. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on, so I'm going to irresponsibly make a video that's going to be seen by 144,000 people just throwing garbage around in an incendiary attempt to make money.
We don't need the voice actors. We can always have the subtitles. But, you know, it's more than that. When you bring stuff over here, they want to...
What? Tell me you don't understand about anything about localization without telling me you don't understand anything about fucking localization. Oh, I'm being told to hold my horses. The Pensacon arrest thing. This is the problem with... Okay, I'm gonna point another problem with YellowFlash's video. In that 1 minute where he just listed off a bunch of shit, he provided no sources, no citations, no reference to what in the flying fuck he is talking about. It's a gish gallop. If anybody doesn't know what a gish gallop is, a gish gallop is when you throw out a bunch of shit and then just expect everybody else to defend all those things in a short amount of time, which they can't possibly do. Not a good source, but the very first screenshot in this article is accurate. Alright, let's take a look-see. Get out of here. Go away. So, it's been 1 month since the allegations of inappropriate sexual content and abusive behavior leveled at Dragon Ball Super Broly voice actor Vic Mignogna, blah blah blah, you rooster teeth, blah 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 blah. So, this is a screenshot from Twitter, it looks like. If you are a supporter of I Stand With Vic and are going to Pensacon this month, DM me. Yes, please do. We would love to have some folks arrested. So, can we find that tweet? No, so here's the problem with current day Twitter masquerading as X. Alright, its search function has gone to shit. So I might not be able to find this even if it is accurate. So if I do an advanced search on Twitter, which is what I'm doing, I'm looking for all of these words. Yes, comma, please do. We would love to have some folks arrested, period. Let's take the space out of there in case it messes it up. From these accounts at Pensacon. Alright, let's try something else. The search fucking sucks nowadays. Okay, this exact phrase. Yes, please do. We would love to have some folks arrested. I'm just gonna copy that so I don't have to type it again. From Pentagon. Alright, let's try the word arrested. From Pentagon. Nah, nothing. Let's just check to see if at Pensacon still exists. Nope. So the account doesn't exist anymore. So, yeah, it doesn't exist anymore. So, doesn't look like I'm gonna be... maybe I could find the Ruby Fan 1000 and see if I can at least get another piece of verification. Like, I'm not really doubting this. I just want to see if it's possible. So let's just check to see if RWBY underscore fan 1000. I found a screenshot of the account. So there's at least corroborating evidence that the account existed at one point, but it also doesn't look like it exists anymore. Yeah, they don't exist anymore either. This is why it's really, really important when you are writing these articles and making videos like this that you do have screenshots. But the problem with this screenshot, well, there's a couple of problems, is that, like, why is it fucking broken looking? Like, what is this? Why is that there? At least we got the response time and date, so that's good. That's something. Alright, sadly this was not the extent of Pensacon's threats. Okay, that's not a threat, but okay. In an unrelated thread, users were discussing which professional voice actors had taken a stance against Mignogna. In the thread, one of the mentions that Monica Rial will be a guest at the upcoming Pensacon 2019, which we confirmed. One Vic Mignogna supporter in the thread stated that if she saw Rial, said supporter would boo her. Believe me, I know I hate this happen. Fucking Christ. Learn how to type, people. Believe me, I know I hate that this happened to him. This man is one of the sweetest man in the anime community, and he doesn't deserve this one bit. No, he doesn't. Blah blah blah. I wish I was a Phantom Thief from Persona 5. That's a sentence to unpack for another day. Not this day, because that's some psychologically fucking questionable shit. Morgana. Okay, so they're discussing who's agreeing. All right. It's like Vic's against everyone. Weird. Monica's going to MoMOCon in May at Atlanta, Georgia. If I see her, I will boo at her. She's also going to Pensacon later this month. Okay, so people are explicitly stating that they want to harass her. Okay. Riel, who currently provides the blah 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 blah, has experienced firsthand. People will be arrested. This is repeating itself. Anyone who brings up this issue will be asked to leave. Okay, they're within their right to do that. If they do not, law enforcement who will be on hand will take over. That is not what this convention is about. Pensified clarified that anyone who brought up the issue in any form would not only be removed from the convention. Yeah, okay, so if you're harassing people and talking about this external issue, that they're gonna kick you out. Okay. Well, have fun calling the police on anyone who asks her a question. Yes, you shouldn't be harassing her at her job. We will have fun in jail. I'm not even going. I don't even live in the United States. Then our conversation. Okay, yeah, makes sense. I never said I was going. No, but the people you are encouraging to do so and harass a guest will be arrested. Mark our words. This is a warning. Heed it. Yep, that makes sense. So you mean a convention actually went out of their way to protect their guests and their, like, the talent guests and the guests who are attending the convention? So what's the problem? So YellowFlash, what's the problem if people are stating out loud that when they go to a convention they're going to harass somebody, and the convention says, no, you're fucking not, and if you do, you're going to get kicked out. What is the problem? I'm sure people wouldn't like it if Eric July went to a fucking convention and a bunch of people said that they were gonna show up and harass him with questions and boo at him if they saw him. That would be equally as inappropriate. This can be boiled down to yes and. Yeah, so what's the problem? Why is it an issue that a convention is protecting the con-goers? It shouldn't be an issue. So what's the problem? He's stating like this, it's some kind of like overreach of power, and he's still not showing what the fuck he's talking about.
You can always have the subtitles, but you know, it's more than that. When you bring stuff over here, they want to censor it. Look at Battle Angel that just came out. They're making fun of that, saying she looks too skinny. She doesn't look like a real woman. And that's a Japanese property. When it comes here, it gets edited. They want to change it if you're true to the original form. Japan.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Guys, why can't there be more problematic, culturally inappropriate things brought over from Japan? Tell me you don't know anything about localization. Without telling me you don't know anything about localization, YellowFlash.
Battle Angel that just came out. They're making fun of that, saying she looks too skinny. She doesn't look like a real woman. And that's a Japanese property. When it comes here, it gets edited. They want to change it if you're true to the original form. Japan's kind of the last.
Are you saying that they edited the whole anime to make her look fat? Like, what are you where are her organs?
Bastion, they're like an impenetrable fortress. And
nobody's allowed to make fun of anything that YellowFlash likes, alright? Only he's allowed to make fun of things.
I think it's going to be hard for them to change anything over there, but I bet you they'll try. I hear rumors of Crunchyroll trying to do such a thing. And
such a what thing? You said that they're changing things, but the things you described would involve reanimating an entire anime series. That's not fucking happening. That's not real. You just fucking made that up. What the fuck?
I also hear rumors that they just want to replace the anime industry, which I think is laughable because, well, you know, you can't replace it. Pirating is a thing. Fan subs are a thing.
That's not what. Huh? You're gonna. What? What are you talking about? That makes no sense. Alright. Okay. Alright. This is nothing. None of the words he said make any sense in the order in which he sentenced them. That doesn't make any sense. If you How do I even parse this? If you get rid of an industry, right? You can't replace it with piracy. If the only way to obtain something is through piracy, it means that you succeeded in removing the industry. Piracy doesn't make the industry work. Also, you have to make something to pirate in the first place, which means if the anime industry was gone, then there would be nothing to pirate. You moron! Guys, everybody want to go back to the days of fan subbing? But, like, obviously that's not the case, and nobody's even trying to do that in the first place. He said this 5 years ago. There's anime on fucking Disney Plus. They're not trying to get rid of the anime industry. I don't think Disney Plus is doing a good job, and I think Disney Plus is kind of doing this thing where it fucking, like, stomps on the anime that it buys instead of, like, promoting it properly. But regardless, that's a different problem. That's a different issue. That's Disney being a piece of shit. But, like, Disney's been a piece of shit forever. That's not new news. What are you talking about? Guys, they've been trying to destroy the anime industry. That's why it's been so big and growing. That's why voice actors have reached higher levels of, like, fame, etc., etc. They've gone from being, like, E-listers to, like, D and C-listers. Especially when you got, like, big ones working on other projects. People like, your Ashley Johnsons, who was in Marvel movies, was in Avengers, stuff like that. God fucking damn it. Can I complain about Chris Pratt being Mario for a minute? Can I complain about that for just a hot second?
We can even do fan dubbing in some cases now, pretty easily, when you have pretty cost-efficient microphones. However, though,
Guys, all you need for good fan dubbing is a cost-efficient microphone. Voice actors are actually worthless. They don't do anything. If they don't, and they're so easily replaceable, why do you care so much about Vic Mignogna? Vic Mignogna is admittedly not even a good... he self-admitted not a good voice actor. He said that in an interview. I agree with him. Yeah, free labor, free pirate underground industry. Yeah, okay. It'd be so easy, guys. Then why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you doing it now? Ugh. Good God.
I think things are coming full circle. And I see people making some funny jokes.
Full circle jerk, if that's what you mean, but yeah, go on.
It's about a nerd wars. And I don't think that that's too far off. We have video games being overran. Hell, they moved Sony headquarters from Japan to California, the Snake's Den. And it's crazy to think of it, but California gets to decide what games are censored in Japan. Now think about
What? Oh my God, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not how any of that works. That's... Alright, yeah, YellowFlash, please explain to Please explain socio-geographical politics works. I love, he definitely knows what the fuck is going on in the geopolitical sphere at the time 5 years ago between Japan and California specifically. He's just off on the most wild fucking tangent that is wholly unrelated to Samantha getting swatted at. Yeah, I thought we were talking about some other voice actress who bunged up her talking about getting swatted. Like, and now suddenly we're talking about the socio-geo-economic politics of why Sony would have a headquarters in Japan versus why Sony would have a headquarters in California. But let me just double check something. Head office. Calling it a headquarters is kind of funny, but you know, whatever. Sony of Canada relocates Canadian head office in 2018. It relocated its office from one road to a different road in Toronto. Ooh, they got a new address. Sony Corporation of America headquarters. Wow. It's almost, does Sony have a head office in Japan? Sony headquarters is located in Miyatoku? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Tokyo, Japan. Oh, it's almost like YellowFlash is full of shit and Sony did in fact not move their headquarters outside of Japan and actually has a Sony one in Japan and one in California. Sony sure is in Japan. Yeah, right? It's almost like Sony isn't just a game company, and it's almost like Sony isn't just an electronics company, and it's like Sony doesn't just make movies. Sony does a lot of things, and if you think Sony only makes video games, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Sony is a massive corporation. Why would you think they would not have multiple headquarters around the world? Sony has an office in America, therefore it's American. Oh yeah, because it has an office in America, it means definitively that American office will naturally be able to control what's going on with Sony in Japan. Right? Sony's like Nintendo, they don't just do one thing. Sony, I would even say Nintendo is more of a one-thing company than Sony is. Sony does a lot of shit. You'd be surprised about what go look at the list. Go look at the list of what Sony does. This is insanity. Oh, good God. Sony makes fridges. Sony makes phones. Sony America isn't even like, if you really want to talk about gaming specifically, you're talking about PlayStation, right? If you're talking about Sony, and if you're talking about PlayStation, you're talking about the competition between Sony and Nintendo generally. You will talk about like PlayStation versus Xbox, but if you're talking about companies, you're talking about Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. But we're gonna leave Xbox and Microsoft off in the corner for a minute, because the main competition between Nintendo and Sony, or Nintendo and PlayStation, is in the handheld market, of which Microsoft doesn't really participate in that much. And I'm already talking about a way more advanced and interesting and niche and like finagly thing than this random ass fucking weird broad brush about California being a snake's den of woke culture that's gonna influence Japan and wreck our anime that he has no understanding of. Yeah, it's not gonna be like the weird touchy guy that's gonna wreck the culture of anime. It's definitely gonna be some suits in California that are just weirdly mastermind controlling the laws of censorship in Japan, you fuck nugget. Good God. Sony is the largest of the big record labels in the music industry. Yeah, exactly. Sony is huge. Oh, good God. And they're just going to be overtaken by California. This is really big America and not America energy, right? Like, this is really big. There's only America, and America actually controls anything. So any company that has an American office or a head office in America is now being controlled by American culture. And it's like, that's not how anything works. And it's incredibly ironic to hear this coming from somebody who is supposed to be somebody who enjoys and is a fan of things coming from Japan and wants those things to have some kind of integrity to them or have some kind of staying power. Listen, if you don't want the dubbed, then don't buy the dubbed. If you want the original, go to Japan and get the original. It's not like dubbing and subbing and putting that out and localizing something doesn't mean you can't put in the extra work and put in the extra effort and go and find a copy. Some things might not be available outside of Japan. Special order it or fly there and fucking get it yourself. If you don't care and don't want to bother to do that, then fuck off. Then it's not that important to you. Too bad. Or if you want those things to be more available in a manner that is able to be shipped to you, then you need to make those changes on your voting ballot. Because that's rules about what is and is not allowed to go across borders. And whether or not there's enough money in bothering to do so. So to do that, work you need to do that it has absolutely no relation to any bitching and moaning on fucking YouTube or Twitter about doing it. If you want to make changes to the industry, you participate. Not be a whiny little bitch. I'm basically saying that YellowFlash doesn't actually care. He's just feeding off of you caring and trying to upset you so you watch him. Because it's parasocial as fuck.
About that. Isn't that's weird, right? That doesn't make much sense. We've got Star Wars in the dumps. We're getting the comic industry is lost. I don't think there's any saving that. I think
It's been 5 years. Turns out YellowFlash was wrong.
Games and manga, anime, that is, savable, but the comic industry is too small. It's failing left and right. The people that work in it just don't want to see it. I think indie comics will be there, and then maybe eventually licenses will be up to grab.
This is coming from a dude who's complaining that fucking shit is... Well, you guys remember we watched the YellowFlash a little while ago because he was saying that the X-Men gone woke, and we all fucking laughed really hard because X-Men has always been like that. This is a person who didn't understand the comic books when he reads them, barely understands them now, and is projecting his insecurities on social change because he knows he can't change, is not willing to change, and knows that he's going to be left in the dust.
But it really... Japan and this industry, they're like the and I've said it before, the final defense. And I think, we all need to come together and start
Final defense against what? Gay people getting married? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
In action, same as like Nick said on his stream, it's time to fight back. But not by harassing people. Let's not do that. Let's not go.
How did you correlate a fucking... Sony of America having a headquarters in California and like social changes and socio-geopolitics to and apply it to Vic Mignogna whining to a court that he doesn't like people's opinion about him? How the fuck did you connect these? This is insanity. Guys, if we don't save Vic Mignogna, the entire industry of movies and media and television and syndication of anime and video games and movies is ruined. Gaming is over. Comic books are over if Vic Mignogna doesn't win his lawsuit. That's why we got him a real estate lawyer instead of, like, a defamation lawyer. You fucking moron. Who bought this shit? Who fucking watched this and was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, that's our guy. We're gonna save the world. You're a joke. You're fucking ridiculous. You're pathetic. Unbelievable. Society will not History will not look kindly on you. I am already 5 years in the future laughing my ass off about how fucking ridiculous you are, and it's only gonna get worse, and you're gonna stay in the past where you fucking belong. Get with the times, old man. Unreal.
That low like they do. Let's take it to court. You know, let's fight them in due process, right? They want to make allegations against you. Let's hit their wallet. Let's take them to court. You know,
okay, well, that's an accidental admission that you weaponizing the legal system to attack people and harass people financially and causing a financial burden on them on purpose because you don't like them. You can't do that. That's against the rules. Technically, you can do that, and it is a legitimate strategy, but it's morally questionable and pretty unethical to try to harass people with the law, which is what you accidentally just admitted you and your fan base are doing, and just admitted that Nick Recato was doing. Remember when I said earlier that YouTube videos likely would not help in a lawsuit, or in a civil suit or a criminal suit, but they could be harmful if you admitted you were doing shady, skeevy shit, or like were committing contempt or something? Oops! What's the motivation behind Vic's lawsuit? It's harassment. Let's not harass people by using the law to harass them instead. Fucking jackass. Now fucking Nick Recato's got caught fucking huffing cocaine, and people found there was traces of cocaine in his kids, and YellowFlash is like, hey guys, I think we should draw the line here, and they're all infighting about it, and it's like, oh, are you now going to be on an ethical high horse after you just said that 5 years ago you were like, let's all use our money to harass people with the court? Like, you're not on a mile. Like, I mean, I can agree with Nick Recato being a piece of shit, and he should not be part of your in-group anymore because of, you know, the abuse stuff. But, like, bruh. Come on. Are you gonna correct any of this information? Like, all of this is wrong. Like, just... I don't know if he said a correct thing in this entire video yet. Because it's either incorrect, presented in a way that it maybe could be correct if you were to put more nuance into it, or it's just word salad. It's mostly word salad.
I think that we can do this if we all work together. We make some, you know, someone says, hey, I got hit with an allegation, you know, maybe we can all help with a GoFundMe. You know, let's help.
So you're describing building a harassment group and taking money from that pool that your group is doing. Is that like a tax? Like, if I want to join the group of people make shitty allegations against me, do I have to, is there like a buy-in? Like, I wonder, like, I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to wonder if I should contact a lawyer in Kansas for all of, like, the harassment and, like, the defamation that's been going on against me for being a witness in Kansas, and I'm considering my options. The insane shit that fucking... Did you guys know recently somebody posted that I had I ran an underground prostitute, like an underground Star Wars prostitution ring.
Help each other. That's the only way we're going to stop this, because this is getting out of control. It's going wild, where you have a man who can literally have his career destroyed for no reason.
Well, what do you mean no reason? You literally showed on stream a screenshot that you didn't read about him admitting to those things. Dumbass.
He didn't, or he did. The point is, the court of public opinion is not a court of law. And now maybe we'll find out some facts.
Then why are you trying to use the court of law to silence people's opinions? And try to take people's money and shit. God, you're ridiculous. Ugh, go on.
Facts. And next time people want to make bogus opinions on somebody online, they'll think about it when they have a lien against their car, when they get their tax returns taken. Maybe they'll think about it again. I started this channel because I like to make fun of stupid stuff, but, you know, sometimes I think it's worth standing up for something. So anyway,
the thing that you're choosing to stand up for, quote unquote, is Vic Mignogna, who you're saying doesn't matter to the industry, but also that saving him from his own consequences to his own behavior that he's choosing to continue and has admitted to, because at this point he had already admitted to touching people who didn't want to be touched. Oh, what if I hug 1,000 people and one person is like, don't hug me? Because that was all fucking already happened by this point. This is the hill you want to die on. This is the thing you want to stand up for. Alright. If you say so.
In the comments what you think about all of this that's coming out. What do you think about AnimeGate? Is it here? Are we there? We already see anime lines getting changed. Funimation.
As I just said, I want to resolve this thing and get this stuff to stop, so let me hype you up to continue it.
Changes them, adds them, they do whatever they want. They put their own agendas in there, thanks to Jamie Marchi, who will be facing the long arm of the law. Same with
LOL. That didn't go well.
Mars Girl. Doesn't that feel good to know that some justice might come out? Or even if...
What do you... So... First off, Mars Girl was never... Nobody filed against her. She was never filed against in the defamation suit. So what makes you think that Mars Girl's gonna face anything? And second off, if she was... let's take the people who were, right? The people who were won. So do you accept that? Did you accept that you fucking lost and took the fucking L? Are you going to retract these statements? You literally already admitted that there is no defamation and actual malice in this video. You can't punish people for thought crime. You can't punish people for having opinions about things. If they don't agree with you, you know what that makes you? Fascist. What did we decide last time about YellowFlash? Didn't we decide that he was an apologist? He was a rape apologist. So now he's a fascist rape apologist because the only free speech is his free speech. Great. This is really going. This is the hill he decided to die on. Okay. Alright. It'd be...
If, let's say we're all wrong. And he did do it. Won't it be good to know that it's true? Not just going by...
We do know! He said he did it! He said he did it before you made this video! You literally showed evidence on your own video that we watched last time we were here. You do have the opportunity to know. A defamation suit isn't even gonna prove that because that's not what defamation suits do. It's not a criminal case against Vic. It's a defamation suit of Vic against these other people. You're stupid. You don't know what you're fucking talking about. You're fucking embarrassing.
By somebody's word. Let's all, fandoms, let's all come together and let's bring justice to the table through a...
It's a civil case, you dumb fuck. Define justice? What do you think justice is? Is it just for people to be allowed to share their opinions and experiences? Is it just for somebody to run around and fucking touch people that don't want to be touched? Is that just? Is that something people should be allowed to do? Is it justice that likely because of your fucking inflammatory comments and misinformation in this video that you never corrected that lady likely faces harassment and people have opinions about her based on your information that aren't justified? Is that justice? Civil cases are about resolution, not about justice. This is a massive misunderstanding that Americans have about their own fucking system, and you gotta fucking fix that shit. You gotta get on it. You gotta maybe reassess your perspective a little bit.
Legal way. because we all know these people ain't got no money. So that's where we need.
So is it justice that Vic Mignogna lost his case and now owes everybody a shitload of money? Is that justice? Is that the justice system working properly? Are you going to accept those results and correct yourself? No.
We need to hit them. We need to hit them in the pocketbook. We need to take them all to court. You know, you're going to...
You are literally saying that you want to... Okay, so you're sitting here complaining that people are ruining Vic's career because people have opinions about interactions that they may or may not have had with him, or that other people have had with him. But you also think that it's fine to use the court system and weaponize the court system to put undue financial burden onto people for a case you've admitted that has no merit, and make them financially destitute? And you're calling it justice? Okay, so anybody who's out here who's watching this video now or in the future who is a supporter of YellowFlash, if you're a supporter of YellowFlash, why? What the fuck is wrong with you? Not only did he engage in rape apologetics and the assault of minors, and this is regardless of what you believe Vic Mignogna did, independent of Vic Mignogna entirely. YellowFlash's arguments were rape apologetics. Whether or not you believe an assault took place, whether or not you believe anything about Vic Mignogna, independent. His arguments were rape apologetics. His arguments were dismissing underage victims. Right? Full, straight up rape apologetics. In this video, he is arguing in favor of fascism and causing people financial destitution for having an opinion that he disagrees with. Remember, he called it the court of public opinion, which means there is no actual malice or defamation happening. That's an admission. So, if you don't agree with YellowFlash, you deserve, and he's calling it justice, to be financially ruined via weaponization of the court system. Why? Why are you supporting this? Why did you support it at the time? I don't know how anybody can watch these videos and think, oh, well, there's equal problematic shit on both sides. The best you have so far of the videos that we've watched is a lady putting a picture with a statement that she should not have done, which she retracted the following day. Right away. Guys, I don't know, a mistake, like an error in judgment that was rectified immediately versus fascism and rape apologetics. Well, those are basically the same thing, right? Like, I mean, I don't really see much of a difference. They're basically indistinguishable from... It's been 5 years, this dude has never fixed or retracted or fucking done dick shit. I can't wait till next time when we watch his last video, because again, YellowFlash dropped this pretty fucking fast, unlike Nick Rekieta, who kept going. Next week, we're gonna talk about the Umbrella Guy, and we're gonna look at a mid-video of what he did. The unfucking real. A quote from YellowFlash that made it into the lawsuit where he said I should get sued so that my car should get taken away from you. What? Hold on. Screenshot time. To quote the quote from Piss Flash, okay, yeah, about Mars Girl made it in too. reference for the Texas statute. Moreover, on July 4th, 2019, Rekieta dedicated his YouTube show to increasing the GoFundMe war chest. Yeah, they're calling it the war chest. Good God. One of Rekieta's guests disclosed that more money was needed to sue an individual described as Mars Girl in order to put a line on her vehicle. What? Quote, it's important that everyone know is that we need enough money in there so that we can finish these cases and then sue Mars Girl. If you want Mars Girl gets sued, we need enough money to beat Funimation and Zoe and Monica. I don't know if he's Moronica. Oh, okay, so yeah, he's Soy, I get it. He's doing stupid nicknames he's pulling a Trump. He's doing a Donald Trump. So then we can sue Mars Girl because he's not gonna get any money from Mars Girl. The point is to just sue Mars Girl and put a lien on her 1980s Volkswagen. Why? Like, we're back to, you're literally you're doing the thing that you're accusing everybody else of doing to Vic Mignogna. You're saying, oh, these people are putting out false information just to try to ruin Vic Mignogna's life and make him suffer forever and not be able to get work and then be destitute, right? Which isn't what was happening. They've never shown that this is what has happened at all. But then they're sitting here being like, oh, we need Mars Girl to not have a car, so we should sue her. And Mars Girl is clarifying to say that she never owned a Volkswagen. It's pronounced lean? Oh, sorry, my bad. Thank you, lean. Like, what are you talking about? You're literally just describing how you're using the law to harass people and how you're using YouTube to try to use the law to harass people. You're trying to use YouTube as a vehicle to bolster and do a hate campaign, to gain money, to do frivolous lawsuits, to try to destitute other people for no reason. Because you already admitted you have no case. Because you said that it was opinions. Because fascism? What? Because you don't want people to have opinions you don't like? And the only reason you have opinions that don't agree with these other people's opinions is literally because you refuse to acknowledge what evidence is and then look at the evidence? The YellowFlash literally scrolled by evidence on his screen. He demanded pictures and evidence of these things, and he showed it on his screen in an article he was looking at, and he just skimmed right past it. He says that if Vic Mignogna did these things, then yeah, there should be consequences, but we need to know if he really did it. Guys, I don't know, did Vic Mignogna do anything? I only have his literal own words and corroboration from the people's like, he did this to me, and he said, yeah, I did that thing, and they're like, where's the evidence? They have pictures of it. There's videos of Vic being fucking a weirdo. There's a video of him admitting it. There's a video, he went on a stream and, like, showed his underwear everywhere. And no, I'm not talking about the one where he fucking tipped his camera down, allegedly by accident or whatever. I'm talking about the one he did following that up, where he's just like, look, my underwear, tee-hee. Like, what the fuck? What is wrong with you fucking people? This makes no sense.
Say there and you're going to ruin someone's life on Twitter? No, it's time to stop this, and
That's you! You're doing that thing.
Let's make something happen. So anyway, like I said, let me know in the comments what you think about all this. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Also, look in the community tab for that GoFundMe link.
Okay, well, he asked for my opinion and to let me know. You asked to let you know what we think. This is hilarious. You you obviously have no idea what you are talking about in any of the fields you mentioned, nor either legal or geopolitical or social studies, or no, that's too many. Legal or geopolitical, period. Have you ever corrected any of the misinformation / straight up wrong things? P.S. Maybe it's a bad idea to admit you have no case bracket opinions versus actual malice, or that you are trying to use the legal system as a financial weapon to try and ruin people, ? P.S. Maybe don't do that. How do you pronounce Yowie? No, I'm not gonna do that one. And post. 5 years ago. But hold on, let me sort this by newest, because I want to see when the newest comment was left. 5 years ago. Okay, 8 seconds ago. So nobody left a comment on this video after it was released 5 years ago. So like nobody came and asked him anything. Nobody tried to, like, nothing. In 5 years, nobody's left a comment on this fucking video. Yo, okay, fascist, rape apologetic, rape apologist, YellowFlash. I'm gonna end it here. That's fucking goofy as fuck. I don't know if he's even gonna see it or look. What a fucking dumbass. Unreal. This retrospective is like horrid, but also kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie. So next Monday, we're going to look at that Umbrella guy, and we're going to do the same thing that we've done with Ricada and YellowFlash. We've already watched one video. Now we're going to go to like their midway in their playlists and see what they were saying at the time. Again, YellowFlash is a little bit unique because he did seem to just stop after the first failure. So I guess we'll see. From there, we'll watch the next video I think we're going to look at from YellowFlash is going to be the results are in. Like, there's a bunch of other shit in here, but I think we're just going to jump to this one because, like, he talks and says nothing for the most part, and most of what he says is just wrong. And he clearly has no idea what he's talking about. He doesn't understand the anime industry. He doesn't understand anything about legal. He's riding the coattails of Nick Ricada because Nick Ricada should know what he's talking about and is just lying, and YellowFlash is basically his DJ Khaled. You know what I mean? Yeah, another one, another lawsuit, another money, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, which is really funny because considering, like, YellowFlash is riding Nick Ricada's coattails, for him to be the one to be like, hey, Nick, maybe you're a problematic person is kind of amusing. Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated if he responds. Thank you for the super chat. If he responds, we can definitely talk about that. But good fucking god. Yeah, Nick doesn't understand the anime industry. Like, none of these people seem to. Was there anybody at this time who actually understood the anime industry at all who was talking about this? I haven't found one, at least not from the Vic supporters. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys next Monday for this. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Project 2025. I know it's a slog. We're getting through it. We're on page like 500 and change. We've been on the same chapter 14, for like 3 days, 3 streams, and that's because that one chapter is incredibly long. I got pissed last time and just had to stop. Anyway, I'm gonna go play Mart. So if you want to join me on Twitch, I'm playing Supermarket Simulator, and I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'll see you guys next time. Leave me comments or whatever. Oh, and also if you like my my analysis style content, that's happening here. But if you like more educational content, so like news and politics, and if you like philosophy and how I actually break these kinds of things down, that's over on another channel. It's called Debate Hub. Interviews and conversations, those kinds of things, debates are all happening over there. So go and find me over there. It's called Debate Hub. It's got an 8 in the hashtag, so it's Debate 8, the number hub. Go find me over there. You can also find it linked in the community tab. Thank you so much. I'm going to get out of here. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Have a good week, everybody. Bye. Fascist fucking moron. A loser.